So, you just met Oswind of the Gale.
Coast.
Or Gulf.
Gulf.
Oswind of the Gulf.
Oswind of the other Tabaxi.
Oswind of the cat name.
Oswind of
She
the
has walked out.
meow.
You have started like breaking down, crying, and like hiding. Other parties members have like checked on you, particularly Gale.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, while I was passed out drunk in the booth, I had a tequila dream apparently. You said you would give it to me with my spell thing, but
that I did. That I definitely did.
I tried to remind you of it earlier, and you were like the other one, and I was like, oh, okay.
So you're in a field. In your dream, you're in a field. There's a cornfield. After about a minute and a half of you walking around, wandering, it's the corn maze, the Minotaur's corn maze you recognize. After a bit, in your dream, the sheaves drop. Not fall, but just shorten in height until they're about your waist. You are walking around, and suddenly a large bird flies down and lands on the corn.
Is it the fucking the
Druid?
What do you do?
Druid?
What do you do? Might be. Who knows?
Is it just a large bird, or is it like how big is it?
It's a large hawk, similar to what you saw before. Large eagle.
That does mean it's taller than me in D&D standards. So.
Definitely larger than you.
Okay, if I shut the door.
About twice your height. Yet somehow perched on this corn that does not seem to be crumpling. Yes, you shut the door. Here, shut the door.
I just kind of watch it for a minute.
It just stays perched there, watching you, seeing what you do.
Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
Just kind of nod my head.
The bird kind of cocks its head at you.
Hello?
Oh. You've been through a lot. I'm sure you've met Osmond, my follower, my huntress.
Just by the way, make sure you don't speak too quietly, because I know, like when you were doing Oswind's whisper.
Into the microphone.
I know you've been through a lot. I'm sure you've met Oswind, my servant, my huntress. Is this true?
That I have.
Do you know who I am?
The Mother of Bounty.
That is one of my names. A lot of people use my name for cruelty and harm. But just as much my name means birth and growth. I maintain cycles of things. Hunting is important. So is harvesting. And I just as much honor that. I do hope that you give me a chance. And do not let the horrid beginnings of yours tarnish my name.
Do you know what they were worshipping, if not you?
Okay, pausing it from the roleplay, because I don't know enough about your backstory to know about what they would believe, so I need to know more a little bit there.
Do you want me to pause? Or?
No, you're good.
Alright.
So essentially...
Unless Pyro is like...
No, they were like... They were going up under the guise of worshipping Aquila,
right.
Which, Horns, one of her other main ones is like a stag or something. And usually they went under the guise of worshipping Aquila, and they were like, oh yeah, she's giving us all this power and shit, and we're doing it right. And they were not worshipping whatever Aquila was, they were worshipping something else.
Okay. So they were doing like...
They were doing like eldritch magic.
Oh.
Like... They were
gotcha.
really power at any cost.
Gotcha.
Oh, surprise! The thing that your cult was worshipping...
Surprise, it's not Aquila!
In actuality, it's the thing that fucked up Henrietta's boat.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna check into... Checking into... gods and deities.
Ayo.
Of the Forgotten Realms.
But no, like, yeah, I told you they were doing, like, sacrifices and shit, like, they were actually killing people.
Oh, I know that. I'm aware of that. The question that I have is more, like, you asked me a question that I didn't have an answer to, so I was trying to figure out the answer was.
Hey! Derail!
I don't know what your backstory people worship. Like, that's beyond me.
They said it was Aquila.
It's
but it is
beyond
definitely not Aquila. By the way, they wouldn't have... Like, that's the answer they would have given anyone if anyone had asked about their tattoos. But it... and they talked about Aquila in their, like, cult and everything, but it was definitely not Aquila that they were worshipping. But it wasn't well known among the village that they were actually doing all this shit. They were just like, people got horn tattoos. Cool. And then some sorry...
Kids these days!
And then some sorry sap got kidnapped by them and was just never seen again. They were just like, I don't know where you went.
Cool. Wait. Okay, got it. Cool. Alright. So, back into the roleplay. Yes, that would be Lolth. That'd be Lolth.
Do I fucking know who that is?
Make a religion check.
Ew. First roll tonight. Whomp. 18 plus something.
You probably would know who Lolth is. Lolth is a goddess of the underworld.
Oh, fuck.
Domain is of rot and of, like... Basically, her followers would be Cull the Weak.
That sounds about right, yeah.
in actual like D&D for like Forgotten Realms lore, isn't like Lolth like the main ruler of like the dark like the Drow or whatever?
Yep.
Like the main thing the main person they look up to.
Yep. There's not Drow in this area of the world, so like in this area of the world, in my like
your
D&D setting, because I have the authority to do that as DM. I'm making it like different than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, her domain is rot and of like culling the weak. It's about like power at all costs.
Sounds about right, yeah.
But it's really like her worshippers are mostly people who have been blinded by a ruse that she throws, such as you're worshipping Aquila instead of me.
That sounds about right.
But in reality, all of this power is going to me, and I'm in control of everything you do.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a hidden
Here's some petty gifts.
It's a hidden pyramid scheme.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
Like on top
it's
of
the
that.
Bloodhunter cult in Lolth's cult. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cultception.
So you would know who Lolth is. So yes, that would be Lolth. Unfortunate as it is, I cannot do much about it.
She kind of goes both in realization and in, like, what can only be described as horror.
Maybe an illustration might help. And the world around you shifts, and the cornfields fall away, literally falling away from you. While as they land, they kind of root into the ground, and the ground begins to change color into like a brown and into like a gray, as the roots that were rooting around now form into stones of cobblestones into stone bricks, and you find yourself in a brick room. A table is laid out in front of you. The eagle shields your eyes with a wing as another Tabaxi walks into the room. You see them walk towards the table. The wing covers up the table, and then the wing stays there. You are able to look around the wing if you want, but currently Aquila is not showing you that. She's just showing you the room so that you know the setting. I don't.
I stay there.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I don't know the setting, and I was like,
no.
No. You do.
No. No, I know it. I know this room.
Cool. So you
but
know
I don't.
Room. You know what happens in this room, too. And
this is the room I assume Hawthorn found stuff in.
This is a main prominent sacrifice room.
Sounds about right.
And Aquila just goes, what happens here, this is not by intent. This is not natural. This is not hunt at all. Do you think it's hunting for a person on a table to be slain in cold malice without any chance of escape, any chance of freedom, without any hope? Do you think it's hunting for a person to walk into the room knowing that the person cannot leave and to slay them without any fight, without any aggression, without any combat, without any sort of sport in it at all?
Hawthorn looks to the door for a moment to see if she can see herself.
In the reflection of, like, the glazed wood, you do not see your shape shadowed onto it. This seems to be a room that you are not physically in, and are essentially, like, protected from in the stream.
Okay.
This is not who I am. And then the world begins to shift again, and the stones and the door start to melt and drip around you into a watered like sea. You are now aboard the SS Packer ship. There's no one around you, and Aquila reaches out and touches your back with her wing, and then you both lift into the air, float over to another ship, wherein there is people throwing out dead fish into the sea. This is the ship you saw, or that I think you saw. This is the ship that Enzo landed on and then left.
Yeah,
we saw it from a distance.
I saw it from a distance.
You're able to hear in this moment their voices. They don't seem to see you or notice you at all. They're continuing to throw fish out. One of them throws a pail of chum out, and you hear the captain of the ship say, "Get your harpoons ready, lad. There's a kraken out here somewhere. I'm sure of it."
They were hunting a kraken in, like, the rinky-dinkiest fucking boat.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I never said they were smart.
Plan for this.
I never said they were smart.
I mean,
but
they're shooting for gold.
But
shooting for the stars.
Aquila laughs a little bit and says, "This although it is small and although it is horribly ineffective, they probably will die.
I gathered.
This is the hunt. They're tracking and trying to find a creature to slay in combat, in sport. This is a hunt. This is what I stand for. And then the boat starts to drift sideways. The people sink into the boards of the ship, and the ship now stands sideways, covers over in planks, and a door molds into it, and you're standing in front of a farmhouse. Turning around, guided by the wing on your back, turned around, you see a cornfield being harvested by a man with a large scythe, harvesting like a good several feet each swipe. And
I assume she's actually very familiar with that, as she was raised in an agricultural
probably,
town.
yeah. And Aquila says, "This is harvest. Similar to hunt, this requires active work. This requires intentional care. You must find the right crops and plant them, grow them. And even if you do none of these things, even just in the harvest, the technique you use, how you harvest it, is critical to harvesting it well. And it's the end of the crop's life. It's supposed to be. It's meant to be. This is the natural order of things. This is correct. This is what I stand for."
She kind of nods her head and then kind of looks over and looks around to see what she would guess in familiarity of this position to be the opposing field, which is now freshly planted.
Yeah. Yes. I'm just saying, yeah, like that's a cool feature, yeah. That's a cool thing.
Sure, let's
So
go.
that happens, yeah.
Alright.
Aquila now just stares at you, just waiting for a response.
I knew what they were doing.
So did Osmond.
I didn't know the full extent of it until that night. But
Yeah.
forgive me.
I do.
She kind of just turns back to Aquila.
Aquila is still there. She's letting you have as much time as you need.
Do you think, had I not joined them? And she doesn't finish that sentence, but Aquila probably knows what happened to her family, so.
No. What happened to her family? Because I'm not filled in that detail.
Bro, I sent you this whole thing.
Okay. Like I said before the session, I don't have a lot of time,
okay.
so whenever you
Essentially,
send me stuff, let me just get
one night.
Turn it up and then be loud.
I'm sorry.
No, that was
What happened to Hawthorn was the night she found out that this was happening, and she had seen many people try to escape from the cult and get caught, and then get their marks scratched out, and then executed. And so she was basically trying her snowflake's chance in hell to get out. And she was like, this isn't right. I have to leave. I have to go. And so she was going to just slip out, try to be unnoticed as possible, but they caught her based on her lady friends her lady friend already knowing, she practically told them. And then a team of them, including her lady friend, went to her family's house, slaughtered their family in search of her, and burned it to the ground. And she got in there just as soon as the house was already on fire and they were about to leave. And she basically held her dead brother in her arms as her lady friend took pity on her and just left her in the burning house to die. But she didn't die, so...
Yikes. So Aquila would hear you ask this and say, I don't know. The world isn't as clear-cut as that. We can't go back and, as much as we want to, fix our mistakes. There are ways to turn back the clock, so to speak. There are ways to try and make decisions that are different. But ultimately, they're all...
wouldn't be the cycle.
That wouldn't be the cycle. And also, it would be vanity. The parents you know, the parents you love, the brother you knew and loved, would not be the same person. You would have made a different decision, they would have been different people. As you grew up, they would have been different. They might be abusive, they might be killed by something else, they might be, they might abandon you. They're different people. It happens time and time again, I see it quite often. Someone
But it wouldn't
wishes.
be my fault. And she kind of just digs her
Might
nails
not.
into her palms a bit.
Might not. But this family already happened. It wouldn't wipe away that pain. It might cover it up a bit. But knowing you, you don't seek to cover up your pain. Not in that way. You deal with it. You hide it from others. In that way you do cover it up. But you don't try and pretend it never happened. Because that is not how, at least from my perspective, that is not how Hawthorn deals with loss and pain. She recognizes it and learns to be better around.
Aquila probably gathers that she's frustrated that there is nothing she can do, but...
I understand that it's still frustrating and it hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't. What I am saying is that it isn't something that should be the focus.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
So ultimately, the best that you can do now is to continue to grow, just like the natural cycle.
And
You
allow...
birthed, you had events happen, you had it, for instance, a crop has a drought or has an infestation of bugs that plague it. If it survives that, it continues to grow. It's the best you can do. Trying to go back and prevent that infestation, to prevent that drought, doesn't do much for the growth of that crop.
She kind of nods her head.
Whether you follow me or not, I just wanted you to know that. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And with that, the world, the empty, newly planted field, or the newly planted field, sprouts, and corn stalks rise up, and you're back in the Minotaur field, and your dream shifts back to a normal dream, where you are in the Minotaur maze with the Minotaur dude, just walking around.
Just getting lost.
Yeah, just getting lost, saying nothing, doing nothing, just walking around. And then at the end of it, you wake up fairly uneventful dream besides that.
Yep.
But you remember every detail of.
Yep. And then I slink back to my room.
Okay.
With the items, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, with the items.
You grab the items that.
Yep.
Oh, Jeremiah, can I put the Twigs Embrace in the chat so they can, whoever wants it can climb it?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need it.
Probably.
No, literally,
I
you
think
have
Paolo
a
needs it the most. Squishy
Before
boy.
before I started this, they said something along the lines of.
Hawthorn's expecting this to be a trap,
No.
and that's
Because
why
of all
she's
the-
bringing Gale.
Because of all the
It's
RP
in-
we've done.
Fresh General.
And so.
It's in Fresh General.
He's
Y'all
planned a
go
trap
over it.
for us now.
And so, because she said it was like a big trap,
Ah.
I was like, okay, cool. Let me just. What CR? What level are y'all?
3 Blood Hunter at the moment.
3.5? Okay, so I'll do a 4 maybe. Maybe a
The
little
Blood
more.
Hunter and the
Well,
Sorcerer are gonna
Really, it's a
die.
3 because she's not a 3.5 because she doesn't have any benefits from us leveling
Well,
up.
3 plus 4.
Yeah.
3.5 basically.
So, an average party level of 3.5. The
Yeah.
Squishy Blood Hunter who...
And the Squishy Sorcerer.
Well, the Blood Hunter who seems to not roll above a 4 on their hit dice.
Yep.
And the Sorcerer with a d6 hit dice.
Yep.
In melee range.
In melee. Yeah, and melee. So don't forget that.
I love something
Alright.
in the car.
So, I feel like maybe
I'm
those...
both so glad and
Y'all can
so
all play
sad
Boulder
you
Peach
didn't
for
get hit
cheers
by
for
the skeleton by Zeke. Because Zeke legitimately did, I think it was 5d10
Holy fuck!
of bludgeoning damage.
That can...
When I say it made a dent in the
If-
floor, it makes a dent in the floor.
If you rolled high,
Wait, that
would
would kill most people.
Yeah.
Well, it would have, with no death saves, if he rolled high,
If
really
he rolled
high.
If he rolled
max
really
damage,
high,
he
it would kill anybody.
You, but would not kill Hannah.
Well,
That
no.
was how I balanced
No,
that.
okay.
Well, so no, if he rolls max damage, he insta-kills Gale and knocks the rest of us down.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe, how much
Yes.
health do you have?
Like,
How much
More than
over
50?
do you have to be to insta-kill?
can I use my
If
health
you
that
have
I...
max damage, you have to have at least 20, if you have 25 health or
I have
less,
to get him to 0 and then max.
My-
max HP.
Yeah, it's
My-
instant death from an attack is however much HP you have left, and then going your max HP past that.
My health during this encounter will be
Oh.
25.
Yeah, I can
So
pull.
it would
Oh.
instant kill you if.
Well, and that's saying something, like,
Oh,
if,
nah, it's 23.
if he hits you once,
Yep.
if he hits you once,
Is
and
that-
No,
then hits you
because
again,
it's
that
29
can,
right now because
okay,
I did
most of us.
4.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
rolled a
If he, like, even if he
I did
doesn't roll
4
max damage
this
on,
level
like,
in,
Gale, if he hits
in
Gale and
Cleric.
I was,
Did you
I
do,
was
like,
straight up being like,
recalculation?
this is a
Because
fun
I had
fight.
it written down as 23 as max.
and then
for
he got
previous
one shot by the
levels,
goat.
so-
No, I had...
Yeah, it was a fun fight because
I think I was
genuinely, if he hit
doing
any
my,
of you,
like,
It was
It would be
proficiency and everything,
awful.
but-
Yes.
Alright, I mean,
but
how are you
I
doing
think
it?
if
I
you
got
had
It
it.
was
to hit you,
25 last
and if you
time,
got
and then I
hit once,
added
you died.
4 because of the
I've
cleric
had a
level.
boss kind of
So
like that.
it's 25
It
at the
didn't have
moment
the, like, if it
in
gets
this
hit once it
RP.
dies.
It's 29
Oh, no,
right
It
now.
had a minus to hit, but it goddamn if it hit.
There's where it's
And then I had to
okay.
crit a player.
You rolled a 4, correct?
Yeah.
Because I asked the player,
Plus
do you,
two.
do you want me
It would have been
to...
a plus
Oh,
2. So
okay,
then, if
yeah.
you're doing it at minus
Could
4,
instant
minus
kill
2,
a
it
player,
puts it
but
at
it also
23
can
for
be
this
instant.
encounter.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is currently
Well,
23.
so when I did a boss like
So
that,
yeah,
I
that's
was
when, like,
okay,
I wrote
guys,
down
want
your
me to
max
roll
HP is
behind or front?
23.
They're like, we want you to roll
No,
front,
yeah,
even though
I'm dyslexic,
Hey,
and
now I
that
like to fucking
covers
sit
numbers
there.
as well.
And
And
then
so I
was
just
like,
don't.
okay, guys.
I remove some
First
numbers
roll,
from things,
crit.
and it makes me terrible at math. But you
I
know.
was like, well, you're dead.
Which player?
All right.
What was...
So
you're all around it.
They were
Everyone
level
roll a
2.
d4.
okay.
Actually,
If
that's
you
what
get
happened.
a 1,
All right.
roll again
So
until there's only one 1, and then you're dead.
And then he had
RP
another attack where he could
happens.
just, like, swing and hit everyone in melee range.
RP happens.
Yeah, the RP between Gale
She
and
leaves a
Hawthorn
note
happens,
on the door that says "Do not disturb,"
which
and
is-
then she waits for Gale by the bar
yeah, and
with her bag and everything.
I would assume it would not take Gale much time to go to his room,
Yeah.
set some stuff down, and
Mhm.
meet you at the bar. Which this is interesting timing because you said if things happen and things need to get retconned, and we essentially have to
Oh
run
yeah,
sessions.
so if we die, that's retconned
Oh yeah.
from last session.
we
If
get
one
to
of them dies, they weren't there for the zombie thing.
Yep.
So,
And if he wasn't there, that's big.
Yep.
No, if he wasn't there, I'm just gonna say that the skeleton didn't like kill one of y'all. I'm not gonna.
Oh, no, I
rerun
meant, like,
all
oh,
that. I'm just
I was
saying,
like, if we lose Gale, he, like...
Yeah, Thunderwave
killed
was a
him.
big part in last session.
yeah, but it's also interesting here because like with how at the time Gale and Hawthorn are interacting, it's because Gale left the other 3 doing the carnival stuff
Crocodile's a
early.
big city, right?
So unless like an
Bigger.
explosion
Yeah.
happens
I can
and
probably get right?
like there's a
Mhm.
reason to
Oh, yeah.
retcon y'all finishing up the day in the carnival.
They're
Heck,
probably,
Burning Bell
I've
is
probably
bigger
got-
Oh,
than,
fuck, yeah,
is bigger than
Jeremiah.
the cliff.
Jeremiah.
So I've probably gotten business from there too, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I'm
That's
gonna get recognized.
that's your primary source of business.
I'm gonna get recognized.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
I maybe shouldn't go to meet this person.
Currently, he left the carnival early to come meet me, so unless there's like an explosion or something that needs to retcon them ending the festival day,
It's fine.
What?
Nothing happened.
they're currently out and about while we're doing this.
Oh yeah, I know.
Nothing happened on the last. He actually did leave early.
Yeah.
that's
I
what we're
specifically remember
And then you
that.
guys went back to the
that's what we're
mimic
saying.
place.
So
Yeah.
y'all are currently still in the
And then
carnival.
we
while
won
we're
more
doing
money.
You
this.
guys are currently getting your toes bitten off by mimics.
In
and
fact,
winning money.
I actually didn't get bit. I got bit once by a mimic, and it didn't even.
Making
hurt
the
that much.
DM facepalm, realizing how well we cheesed that little.
How
Not
much
facepalm
money?
due to that. Facepalm due to how bad my dice rolls are in general.
Oh boy.
And how many? And then I remember the coin that could actually not work in our favor, but somehow never didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
They used a guilt roll.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
actually
know.
did use a guilt
I
roll
listened
for
to that on the thing.
We did actually use a guilt roll to not lose that.
Alright.
I still have one of those left.
What do you do? This is now like in your hands
Wait,
again.
Jeremiah, did those expire?
I believe
We don't know.
she did tell us where she was staying. She just said that she would steer clear of the bar.
If I remember, because I went back
She
and
said
watched this
you would
yesterday.
know where to
She's,
find me.
Yeah.
you would know where to find me, or like I would be able to find you, or something along those lines, something like that.
You'll be able to see me, was what she said.
Okay, then we start walking.
Ooh, where'd you go?
I'm not playing footsies with you today.
We just start walking. We're just looking, I guess.
Okay. I guess Gale just follows Hawthorn because he just assumes there was something written on the letter, maybe. Because
I don't think she wrote anywhere where she was
yeah,
staying.
I don't
actually.
think so, but Gale would not know that because Gale
Well, I'll
cannot
know
read
where to find her.
Takaj yet.
So
Takaj, right?
you
That's
said
the
you
name
walked
of it?
around the festival a little bit?
Yep.
As you walked around, you saw markings of... As you walk around, you now notice small markings of Takaj
Okay.
lining in a path and winding through the carnival.
Do they
From-
say anything together?
Yeah, it's basically characters, one after another. As you go through, I can like tell you what it reads.
Yeah. I would love that.
As you follow it, it says the first leg of the journey. It's like each turn gets a new
a new letter.
word.
So it's
a
like
new word.
Oh, a new word.
Because it's marked like along stalls and stuff.
Okay.
So it's like along this path, there's a marking here, a marking here, a marking here, a marking here, etc.
Okay.
So you don't get lost and miss something.
Mm.
And then if you like see like several stalls in a row that don't have it, you know that you've missed a turn,
Okay.
basically. And you work this out in like the first couple of turns.
Because she's the only one that can fucking read it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
So
take the linguist feat and learn to Kosh.
you could do the you could do the magic
the
linguist.
booth.
I could.
You could.
You could have done the booth. Where you
I'm
learn a
not going
language.
to. I'm not going to lose any. All the languages I have are good languages. I'm not going to lose.
I would
any
have
of
done
those.
it if, like, the two. He
I
only
lost
speaks
Draconic
two.
for Gnomish.
Yeah,
But
You
you
can now
like,
understand
no,
Pinky.
No problem.
Yeah,
if you
I'm
really
aware.
like that.
Pinky has yet to speak Gnomish, and you've yet to show that either. So
Mm-hmm.
Could
Can
have
I
spoken Gnomish
reteach
with
him
the title of
Draconic?
gnome.
Would you allow that, like, with downtime?
probably in
Okay.
the same way that she's.
Oh
teaching
yeah,
him to
after
college.
this roleplay, you now know Takaj.
Immediately? I wouldn't.
Because I would have taught you it on the boat.
Well, it's like a whole
Alright.
other language,
Yeah,
though.
it's not going to take, like, 2 days.
Yeah.
No, it's
I've
taken her the entire shipwreck, so it's been
Yeah.
like 3 weeks of constant study.
Yeah.
like slowly over the time we've been on the Packer ship.
I mean, I would imagine
just,
like you would
like-
only begin like after this RP thing, which would give you like the 2 days to the next island, and then slowly learning it from there. That's what I would imagine based on
Okay.
how close Hawthorn's. Because I'm pretty sure how you've said it is that Hawthorn's only like truly trusted Gale
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the RP.
I don't know. He said you could have it after this, so.
Do you
I
want
was
me-
like, can I give him proficiency yet?
Do you want
And
me
he
to
was
read
like,
off
yeah,
Twigs
for this
Embrace?
roleplay.
Do you want me to read off Twigs Embrace?
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
This is a non-attunement item, so we can pass it around basically at will almost.
Nice.
Neat.
Though I don't think we should like cheese it by like tossing it to people in combat.
Gotcha.
Because then it'll just break.
Oh, because he's probably gonna roll that it gets shattered or something.
Yeah.
When a creature starts their turn and is making death saves, they are stabilized. Alternatively, I think when instead of making a death save, you can take a you can take an action to do a waking Constitution save instead. On a nat 20, you are awakened and still have your action. On a 10 or higher, you awaken with 1 HP and are able to make the rest of your turn as normal. On a 9 or lower, you're stabilized. On a nat 1, you still make a death save.
We should
So
give
just-
it to one of the squishy party members.
Oh yeah, we're about to die because
Okay.
we're about to walk into a trap, literally.
Thing is, wasn't that made like at the beginning of session 7? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I had to grab mine.
So
I know,
at
but
this,
I had to
like,
grab my
Yeah,
mouse.
so you
You
guys
do
would
rock,
still
paper,
be
scissors for
working
it.
on it.
Well,
No,
you do rock, paper-
you'd still be working on
I know,
it at
but
this
like
point.
for after.
Mouse.
Okay.
Come on, give me a quick rock, paper, scissors for it. In sync.
Gotcha.
you switched it at the last
Pyro,
moment.
you
Yeah.
got-
Yeah,
got
I was
Twigs
like,
Embrace.
2 seconds. We did that, so this one.
So you get Twigs Embrace, Pyro.
Cool.
Congrats, you now have 2 magic items.
Is
Forgot
this-
that I drew
What does
you
it
last
look
week.
like, by the way?
It's like it's
you.
basically weaved branches that
I
are shaped in a
figured.
I
crown.
look tired.
Yeah, I get a
You were
crown of
tired.
branches now.
Fair.
It can also be
I forgot about
resized to be a bracelet or something.
No, she'd wear it as a crown.
I look like I'm just real struggling.
That's something Hawthorn would wear.
Do I look
legitimately.
like that? Do I look
You
like
looked
I'm
like
real
that last
struggling?
week.
Occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Like, if that one night
Yeah.
a couple of weeks
So,
ago where you had that
Pyro,
arm
it's-
assignment.
Pyro, if you want to write
Yeah.
down its features on your character sheet,
Sorry.
it is in fresh.
No.
I'll do that later
No,
because
I
I'm
look
currently
like that
working
too.
with my level 3 blood
I feel like
hunter.
that's just the default college expression, though.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, cool. Thank you. Alright, so.
I have a resting sad
Oh,
face.
it's a baby.
I have a resting sad face, so people will often come up to me and they're like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Did something happen?" I'm like,
I am
I'm
working on
fine.
homework.
"I'm actually really happy today."
I have a really cool mouse because it's the size of my pinky.
Oh,
Huh.
wow.
That's
It's-
really
it's
cute.
teeny- It's a teeny mouse,
That's so
cool.
cute.
and it has the.
That's cool.
That's adorable.
So
It's
is
like a
Anyone
good,
wants to
like,
try it out?
I'm good.
I mean, it'd be good for, like, taking to different places.
Yeah,
Very
it can
portable.
fit in my pocket.
I mean, I have small hands, so that might work.
Sorry to be distracted.
No, you're
Continue.
fine. You're fine.
So it reads out this, and then exists, and then as a short one, and then the path to find the Tabaxi you are looking for. And then the R rests on a booth that has Chakaj written over the sign, which says entrance.
I kind of, I scout out the perimeter first. Does it have like any windows or anything?
No, it is just a booth with walls that are wooden and a thick curtain in the front, wooden wall in the back.
Is it big enough to have like 2 different rooms in it?
It is big enough for 4 different rooms, and by booth I mean like a big building, I guess.
Yeah. Like
So it's got.
I'm
4 different
imagining
rooms.
like a large shed.
Yeah. 4 rooms. There's a door in the very back that is padlocked from the outside.
From the outside.
Yes.
I'm gonna lead Gale around, and I'm gonna have him kind of stand, not in front of the door, but like off to the side of the building, like beside the door, kind of.
Oh yeah,
And,
I oblige.
And then I'll go, if there's trouble, I'll slam into the wood. Come in.
Sounds good.
Then I go back around and I go in.
To be clear, a padlock is one where you also have the type that you can use a key on. This is one of the
Yeah.
ones. This is not like. A
Yeah, but it's from the outside,
Okay.
so he's not gonna like be able to bust it open.
Okay, that's what. I just wanted to make sure you didn't think that he could just like, oh, I just take off the lock. It
No,
would be
no,
a check and stuff.
no. I'm like not the back door, the front door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were meaning you were gonna try and sneak
Make a
in
con
and then
save.
have him. Yeah. So.
No, I'm having him somewhere
Cool.
ready to come in if I'm dying.
Cool. Okay, so you said you enter.
Yep.
You enter into a dark room. You have dark vision because Tabaxi, so you can see in here. It is basically pitch black, but you see a Tabaxi.
Not Oswald.
Not Oswald. You see a Tabaxi. Can you remind me where the marks are, or should I look that up? If that's
Is
secret?
it? Look it up.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
I
you're
should have
fine.
looked
You're
this up
fine.
before, but
You're
I
fine.
didn't think about it.
It's pinned, so.
Yeah, I'm aware. If it was not, I would have already pinned it. Because I've looked at it like 5 times. Has the antler tattoos with a slash through them, similar to Osmond, right here. He's kind of standing there like this, and as you come, he kind of like crosses his arms, so you get a very, very bare glimpse of it as he crosses his arms. And it is
She kind of places her hand at her daggers for a moment.
it is a stag.
Yeah.
And you see another one, which is a dwarf. Very thick, sturdy dwarf. Standing there. Both of them are armed. The Tabaxi with a rapier and the dwarf with a mace.
Who are you?
They both just look at you in silence. There are a door on the right side of the room, in the back of the room, and the Tabaxi walks into the right.
She kind of stands up a bit straighter and holds her palm over her daggers.
Out of the back comes Osmond, who walks out and goes, "I'm glad you found me. I'm sorry for having..." And she motions to the dwarf and to where the Tabaxi was standing, and says, "I'm sorry for... I need protection at times."
Understandable, seeming our circumstances.
I knew you would understand. What can I do for you?
Is there a room we can talk?
Yes. Come this way.
She relaxes her hand from her daggers and follows.
Cool. You go into the back room.
Cool.
She closes the door behind her. This is not the room that has the door in it.
Okay, cool.
Just so you know.
No, fine. That's fine. Like, if she needs to, she's just gonna slam herself into the wall so that Gale hears it.
Yeah, I'll make a perception check.
But,
I mean, I would assume that Gale's like constantly trying to be aware for anything that could be like that.
So at this point, I'm going to do a fun thing.
oh no.
Which was going to happen anyways.
Oh, great.
So as you walk in, she closes the door. She locks it behind her.
Hands immediately go back over her daggers.
She walks over to a filing cabinet, which seems to be a little bit away from the wall. And she gives it a hard shove. It is on wheels. And it...
Fuck, this is going
into the wall.
underground.
So you hear a loud thud.
Oh, shit.
Before we get to that,
Before we get to that,
behind the cabinet is a small, very small, like thin drawer system. She pulls out one of them, and Barragur will wish he was here for this.
Oh.
Well,
In each of the drawers is essentially a bag of holding style space. So she pulls out one of them, reaches in, you see her arm go all the way down, and then you hear her mutter in Tekaj. What was the... Oh, has it been that long?
which one was the mimic in?
Taiga. And then pulls out a small folder, and she goes, This was the first. And she lays it down on the table, opens it up, and you see a young child with antlers, or not antlers. You see
A young child.
Meanwhile, fucking Gale's bursting in here, just thunderwave everyone.
This young child is actually a level 30 wizard.
Ugh. Don't remind me.
It would be a child with a...
I shared it with someone I know.
Oh no.
Sorry, Gale. Oh, fuck.
It was a owl on their cheek down to their neck.
Yeah.
I can
Owl.
An owl with antlers.
There's
Like the,
five.
you gave me the list, like it would be an owl.
I'm actually going to Tasha's items.
So it's like a higher up individual, quote unquote.
Oh, no, it's not an actual owl, it's just the antlers are on their face.
Oh, so it's just what they represent.
That's what
It's
they're
not-
called,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, just antlers are here. Those are there. And then you see another picture of her with all the Tabaxis, like in the room, not on the table or anything, but in the room, with a big smile on her face. And then you see the next photo is her crying in a closet somewhere. All of these are less like pictures and more like sketches / like artistic
Her
renderings.
memories of it.
Right. And then the last picture is her smiling with the male Tabaxi that's out in the hall, or that was out in the hall, in a forest somewhere. She
Hawthorn, both already knowing that Gale's going to be hopping through here, is going, I need you to unlock the door.
not yet. And then she closes the
You
folder.
should unlock that door.
No,
And we
I need
pop
you to
over
unlock.
And we pop over to that.
Alright.
Oswald, I need you to unlock the
Yeah,
door.
Osmond 100% thinks that you're just scared, and she's like, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to
No,
that.
No,
I'm gonna get to that.
fuck,
your benefit.
I have
Oswald!
to explain this. I have to explain these pictures. I presented it wrong. I'm sorry.
For your own benefit.
Is the attitude that she has? She's not really aware that there's someone that's going to rush in. So,
Shit.
Gale, what do you do as you hear the thud?
So there's the.
Yes.
Oh, that was a bit more violent than I meant to be. Sorry, but
My day.
My dice.
my dice too. So I hear that.
Your dice.
Yep. And that's your sign to run in.
That is my sign to run in.
You won.
So I do indeed rush in. I believe you said there were multiple.
There was
or
a
it just-
sturdy dwarf in the
There's
hallway.
now a dwarf and a Tabaxi in the hallway. They're both armed, one of them with a mace, one of them with a rapier. You see that the right door is unlocked and open, the door behind them is closed, and you are not sure of the locked value of it.
Alright. I'm gonna say that I probably cast mage armor while waiting or running it, most likely.
Because it lasts a while.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Roll initiative!
Do you want to roll initiative? Are you doing combat? I'm not saying it yet, because you just rushed in. They're both just standing there, like, arms crossed, weapons in hand.
Oh, Hawthorn's like, no, please.
Hawthorn's like, Oswin, I
Boom!
unlock the door.
So you said there's a Tabaxi on the dwarf, and
You've just entered. They're both staring
Yeah.
right at you.
an unlocked door and a locked door.
Or a
An
closed door
unlocked
you don't
door
know.
that is open
Yeah.
and a closed door.
Alright. Well, let's see.
Well, shit.
The sign assumes
Assumes that there's trouble.
assumes trouble.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
This is gonna last the entire session, and I'm just gonna be here listening and like, okay.
Yep, you're just writing.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
It's
Please
all your fault,
continue.
Pyro. Now we're fine.
We're
It
gonna
just gives me more of
die.
an excuse to go outside and see if I can find that cat again.
If you want, this might
There
take
was
a
a
little
different
bit. Yeah.
cat in front of Jeremiah's house when we pulled up here.
Oh,
I
I already
saw-
scared it into the
Oh.
backyard. I'm sorry.
I saw a void
You can go
cat
in the
walking by
backyard
during the
No,
RP,
it's fine.
but
I was joking.
Alright.
There might also be a possum in the backyard. So what does Gale do?
he'll probably first try to slip by and run straight towards the open door and see what's in there real quick.
As you would run towards the door, the Tabaxi will like try and grab your arm. So this is gonna be a grapple check.
Alright.
You're about to be grappled by a Tabaxi.
Get grappled.
That's contested
Cat fight.
acrobatics
or
or
acrobatics.
athletics. Alright. That's a crit.
No!
That's a 3.
You
it's
definitely
like, hey.
win.
And then
They get shocked.
Static electricity.
they go, hey, and see your static and go, whoa. And then you just rush into that room.
Because I do
It is
like
a
to imagine that
room-
my mage armor is flavor like. I know some people can see it as it's looks like Minecraft armor enchantment across their body or something. That's how I see it by default. But I like to imagine this is like,
The,
just,
shimmer.
there's like shocks of lightning just going around.
That like
Yeah.
when someone goes to strike you, it basically like shocks at it and like knocks their weapon back.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But so,
That's cool.
there's the big room. It's a semi-big room with a lot of filing cabinet space. Like there's a wall filled with filing cabinets.
You may
So-
now gather that it might have been a filing cabinet.
On top of the filing cabinets is a dagger for each filing cabinet, and then a wall on this side of the room with sword, mace, sword, mace, and on the bottom, great hammer, great sword.
Alright. That's cool now. Is there another door in this room?
There is one other door in this room. It is leading towards the back of the building. Theoretically, it should lead to the area that door that you saw on the outside that was padlocked would be.
Alright. If I'm able to make that would I be able to infer that because I saw the outside door?
Mhm.
Alright. That's probably what I would infer then. And then try to rush to the other door because I don't know it's locked.
Okay, as you rush to the other door, you're gonna
Yeah.
have two because they're both gonna be trying to grab
Yep.
you now.
Oh, it's a 4.
That's a 16 natural, so that's definitely gonna be the 4.
Yeah.
So
Hawthorn.
the Tabaxi just grabs you and is holding on to you. And the dwarf is now going to also try and grapple you.
Alright.
Get grappled squared.
That's a 5.
Oh, I forget what I make.
That'd be a 7. That'd be a 7.
Would I make any detriments to the roll because I'm currently grappled? I forget. I'd have to look up the grappled
I
condition.
think so. I think it's just you can't move. Your
Alright.
movement speed is reduced to 0.
Alright.
But you can still kick people off, so.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I can still take action. I was trying to
Yeah, you
recall
can
this.
still kick forward, being like, "Don't touch me!"
Speed becomes 0. Condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler such as when the creature's hurled away by the Thunderwave spell, which already was my plan.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
No!
Oh no.
So yeah, so it's a 5 to not be grappled by the dwarf as well.
10
That
plus
succeeds.
3.
So at this point, you are grappled. You have your action and bonus action left.
I'm assuming Hawthorn is hearing this.
You probably would hear some scuffling out front.
Shit.
There
She
was-
goes over to the door
there was
and she
probably
starts
the,
banging on it.
"Hey."
Gale, stop! Gale!
Would I hear that? Would I hear this in time?
Are you going to be like
Contested
aggressive?
dexterity?
Are you going to be aggressive towards?
Yeah, aggressively
towards Oswin? Because as you're going to pass, Oswin's going to try and reach out to like stop you.
She's gonna like try to not get grabbed, but she's going to like.
So if you do get grabbed, will you be contesting it basically?
She will be contesting it, but she won't be actively trying to hurt Oswind.
Okay, well then grapple check, peaceful grapple check. That's crit.
Nope.
So Oswin is going to grab you and just be like, wait.
Oswin,
Wait.
No, it's
promise
not.
It's not what
it's
it looks
not
like.
this.
Promise it's not what
I
it
have
looks like.
my friend.
To Hawthorn, it is also not what. I'm assuming because I'm going from because I'm going from one door to the other, get grappled. I'm assuming I can hit both of them with a thunder wave, like there.
I would
with
say
it.
yeah. You could center it on yourself. Doesn't it have like a radius?
It's a 15
Oh yeah.
foot cube.
Oh yeah. It starts on yourself, but it goes out 15 feet in one direction.
Essentially.
It
Or,
says
like-
in one direction, or
Me
is
Or,
it just
too.
15
like,
foot
it's a
cube?
15-foot
cube
cube
originating
like
from you.
originating from me.
So
Yeah.
it starts.
So it can go like this, but it can't be like on me. Like it has to be from where I am, and then it goes boom, boom,
doesn't
kind of
hit you.
thing.
Ah. Well, then I would say you would only be able to do one. So I would say go for the Tabaxi, who is
Yeah, I
not
would say
grappled,
probably the
who
one
has
that's
grappled.
The one
grappling
who
me.
is
Yeah.
grappling.
Yeet
Yeah.
the one that grappled you.
But you couldn't get the other one away, and the other one is within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, like would I be able to position the cube in such a way so that it does hit both of
Because he
them?
can put it like, so you know how there's like 3 spaces adjacent to him in any direction? He can have that cube start a corner in any of those spaces.
Okay, so
Like I'm saying, if I'm coming
So-
from
if it is person, him, person,
Oh, no, he can't do
if
that.
it's exactly like that, no. But if
That's
it
what
was
it
like
is.
that, then
Ah.
all right.
it's,
probably
they're in a
gonna-
line.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna thunder wave in the direction of the Tabaxi then.
So I like fancy pencils.
Thank you.
I was just seeing what kind of pencils.
Yeah. It was in our couch.
Let's see, thunder wave is a first level spell slot, so
And is it any save, or do they just get pushed back automatically?
there's a save.
Is it like
Con
DC
save.
15?
Con save. That'd be 12.
That does not meet my DC at the moment.
So they push back 5 feet.
And
15
2d8
feet?
thunder damage.
I would like to
2d8
make
thunder damage.
another contested
Oh yeah,
grapple.
Not yet. Not yet. It's not your turn yet.
Oh,
13.
that's 13
Gale.
damage.
13 damage.
Galax only kills. No,
Please
The
don't.
Tabaxi.
Yeah. They're pushed 10 feet away by the spell's effect,
Boom, all the frickin'
and the
doors
spell
just-
emits a thunderous boom audible to 300 feet.
Looks pretty bloody. Looks pretty bloody.
That's
And-
fine.
wait, did he make
Continue
the save?
rushing
If
to
not,
the-
yeah,
No, he didn't make the save.
Oh, so yeah.
Continue rushing to the door.
Well, that was your movement. You got stopped by the grapple.
That's true.
So you just used your action or your bonus action for Thunder Wave?
That would have been action.
Do you have a bonus action you'd like to take?
Not necessarily, I don't believe.
You have the Tabaxi dash if you want, right? If you want to take 0 feet next turn. Or add a turn in the future.
When you into the void, sometimes it back. It makes more context with the picture.
It's just a pile of cats.
Okay, do you guys say or do you go?
I go. Yeah, I'll do a combo like.
I mean,
Yeah, so I'll probably go ahead and use it to backseat dash, assuming that lets me.
That would let you get to the door, yes.
Alright, because I'm gonna say I know 2 times 0 is still 0, but
Except they put more
Well, are you still
yeah,
grappled?
I love you.
Huh?
No, he escaped the grapple. So I'm
Because
saying you would get another
yeah,
movement, essentially. That's what I
because grapple also stops if the person who grappled gets moved
Yeah,
out
well,
of range, which
if
Thunder
you-
Wave pushed 10 feet back. That did
yeah,
it.
well, I mean, if you escape a grapple, your move speed is no longer 0. It's back to what it was. If you, grappling doesn't remove your movement speed. It sets it to 0. So if you escape a grapple, you can run.
Oh, that's right.
I was saying if you're running like towards something, and then 5 feet along the way you get grappled.
Ah.
I'm saying like that's you've used your movement to try and do that, and then you stopped.
Yeah.
And then if you have like a dash action, or a dash bonus action, or a Tabaxi dash or something like that, I'm saying you can take your full movement
Yeah,
again.
because this technically isn't combat at the moment.
Yeah, so it's a weird hybrid.
Actually,
Yeah.
technically it is now.
It is now.
We haven't rolled
Oh my
initiative,
God.
so it's a weird hybrid.
I'm putting you ahead of them just because it's
Alright.
easy. Unless you
Thank
want to roll
you.
initiative and then potentially go after them.
I'll take what you're giving me right now.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
so there's the big giant boom.
And then
And
you,
And all the
Gale
doors
goes-
go.
and then you run to the door. Do you have a bonus action?
I can use my free action. I can use my free action.
Just
to
fair
try.
warning: if you do Tabaxi dash, you are within range of the dwarf. Wait, but the dwarf took its reaction to do the. Okay, so yeah, you can just go there.
So yeah, do that, and I guess free action to try to.
That's good.
It is locked.
Yeah, it's Gale.
Oh, you just saw that?
So you just hear the door handle turn a little bit.
After
Oswald, let me go.
the giant boom.
Yeah.
Oswald,
very
let go of
giant
me. I
boom.
need.
Oswin seems unfazed.
Murder Oswin!
I'm not murdering.
So the dwarf now runs up to you and
It breaks the blood
attempts
hunter.
to grapple you. It's gonna be a 5.
14 plus 3.
That's gonna be beating
Yeah.
that.
Push him back.
Ashtail is gonna try and grapple you. That's gonna be a 19.
That's yeah, it's not doesn't hit it. It's lower. It was like 13 plus.
So he does grapple
Yeah.
you.
Yes, does.
Okay, it is not clear, so I was. Making
Yeah,
sure.
sorry, I was.
So he
doing that
grapples
with-
you,
I didn't want to
and
do
then-
math. I knew it didn't hit 19.
Why do you
Tabaxi
have
speed
those?
is how much?
These were just here.
Oh God, it's like it's 30 normally, but
Okay.
Tabaxi doubled is
Cool. So this,
Yeah, you double
this
it.
character is going to grapple you. He's used about 5-10 feet of his movement. Is gonna take his Tabaxi dash with you and drag you outside and like around the corner.
They're gonna murder Gale.
Wait, don't you move at half
Oh,
speed while
God.
grappling somebody your
This is
own
all
size?
your fault, Hawthorn. You're gonna get Gale murdered.
and then he's
wrong,
gonna have to
okay.
come back from the
I'm
Blood
checking,
Hunter
I'm
instead
checking.
of you.
Yeah.
Just say my
send
friend
you
is
I'll send you
outside.
the Lycan the character sheet, and you can come back as Hawthorn backstory.
You can only move at half speed. That's true. So then
You would only move 30 feet.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
even
So-
with Tabaxi dash, it would have been 30
it would be
feet.
30 feet. So he can get you outside, and then like
You
5
are
feet
now
away from the-
making a scene.
So you are now making a scene out front of this booth.
Well, there's no popo, so
Right. There's no
Yeah.
buffer, but there are some guards.
they're not the police. They're like
There are some guards.
they're worse than actual carnival guards.
Yeah.
And as I begin to get dragged,
Actual
I would
carnival.
probably
But he doesn't
call
know this, I
out
don't think.
for Hawthorn.
But you're a human taser. Just tase him.
Do I hear him yell out my name from the room?
Did you yell?
Yeah, I just said I would.
You
yeah.
probably would have.
I look to Oswin.
Let's see whose turn it is. Let's see whose turn it is. Barracuda, Lionel, Hawthorn. It is your turn.
I look to Oswin.
You wanna
after
contest that
hearing-
grapple now?
I want to see if she'll let me go first.
She's worried that you think that she's awful and an evil person.
Oswin,
She is.
Oswin, I believe you. I need to get to my friend. He's outside.
The
Come on,
number to
Oswald.
beat would be
Good
a 17.
Heart of the guards.
Nope.
Guild
I'll
roll.
make it.
Don't you have
So
guild
she's
rolls?
like she's
Oh yeah, I have like 2 guild rolls left.
she's like it's fine.
Guild
It's not
roll.
it's not a problem. They're not
He-
gonna do anything.
No, he will hurt them.
He can.
They'll be fine.
As he tases the cat that's grappling him.
fine. He says this one of them's already bloodied from his first level spell
It is now Oswin's turn, and she
Gale, just
then
keep it
goes.
taser.
So it's just one
Just
more moment.
Just tase him.
I will come back. I need to go.
She goes. I'm sorry. This is the first person that I rescued. It's the first person that I rescued, not attacked. I'm sorry.
I get it. I need to get my friend.
Oh. Wait, you know them?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. And she gets up and unlocks the door.
Yeah, as you watch out, like
She-
Gale's tasing this
Hawthorn's
person.
gonna Tabaxi dash out of the fight.
Not yet. You don't have.
Shit!
Your turn is over. It is now Gale. You are still grappled. You want to escape a grapple
You
using your
can
action?
not
Those are
lethally
pretty.
tase them.
Let's see, is it the
Oh, I
same?
found
Is
this
it
thing.
is
It's
the
the
Tabaxi?
Tabaxi,
yeah.
It's the bloody Tabaxi.
Non-lethal tasing.
$25.
Non-lethal
Ugh.
tasing.
You
Because I know bloody
Wait.
is a thing that
choose
like
You did
12
13
different
damage?
teas,
yes.
And you get 2 of each. Of the
They're not
teas,
bloody.
and
They're
then
not
a
bloody.
bunch of
They're
different
damaged.
teas.
I don't,
you're
Okay.
It turned the
You have a
health
Mathew,
bar
I've had it
yellow,
before, and that's
which I
pretty
thought meant
Yeah.
bloodied, but
It's
no,
all-
red means
And
bloodied.
there's like
Yellow
you
means
want less
damaged.
than that. and
Alright.
you can, like,
So
get
they have been
more of
damaged.
each tea, but
Human
it's
taser.
It's called tea pigs. Because I've
Or
seen
you
a lot
can
of like
second level
tea.
Thunder Wave.
Like,
No.
websites
Let's
have
do
all these novelty
Second-
teas,
That'll-
which I like.
That'll get them
But
away.
also
Hawthorn
the
not wanting to
traditional
knock over an
flavors
old
sometimes.
woman. God
Yeah.
damn it.
So these have a lot of the traditional.
Just-
The
just do
website
what
I ordered
Barugur
from
would
has
do.
both traditional and then like a lot of
Very
fan-made. Like,
asshole.
oh, it's like
Exactly.
inspired by
If you're an asshole, you
characters
never
or
get into these
games and stuff
situations
like
because
that.
no one wants to
And
interact
that's
with you.
cool.
True.
Do you use Dollar Tea Club or something else? No.
Which
What do you do, Gale?
It's called a
Tase them.
teas.
Tase
Can you
them.
spell it for me? ADAGI.
Jeremiah, can he non-lethally? Can he declare non-lethality with his spells?
I think that would be Armor of Agathis.
I don't have
They're
armor,
the
I
ones
get
I've
this.
gotten.
Oh wait, no, that's
Really
Mage
good.
Armor
You
you
don't
have.
like me.
I don't-
And the nice thing is when you
You're
order
a mage.
stuff,
No.
they send
Yes,
you
I
like
don't-
a
yeah,
pack
I
of,
think you
like,
can
So
only-
he cannot.
free
He can.
I
If
think
he
like
chases
one
them
for each
and they
day
die,
from
they
the,
die.
like,
I think rules is
Special
written. You can only non-lethal somebody with
calendar of
bludgeoning.
tea, and it's
Yeah.
I do. You can non-lethal with
potions.
any
Physical
melee
damage.
attack, and range attacks. We can talk.
Technically, this would
But
be
I
a
just
stunning
looked up.
strike
Can you?
from
I just
Monk.
looked up. Can you non-lethally fireball someone? And I'm equating
Well,
this
that's
to
different
fireball.
because he's.
I mean, it'd be more like stunning
Electricity
strike.
and fire are similar.
I mean,
True,
yeah.
but
It'd be more like
you can get hit by a
stunning
taser
strike,
and not die, or a stun gun.
Oh, I
You
think
can
my
get
friend
hit
has
by
one of the
fire and
Fallout
not
ones.
die.
Monk stunning strike.
That's what I'm saying. Like, rules is written as that,
Trap
but
was
I'm
cheap.
probably just gonna thunder wave. And
Oh
do it.
fuck!
Let's do it. Let's see if
Again.
we can-
Way, that's way less lethal than a shocking grasp. You know.
Yeah. Stunning strike or shocking grasp.
So action.
He's thunder waving.
So do it.
Yeah, because I mean, it would either be
Oh,
better.
I do a
He
con
just
save,
doesn't-
right?
Yeah, con save.
It's gonna be 11.
Does not
Nah.
make his spell save.
Nope.
2,
Goodbye, my friend.
7, 9 damage.
9 damage. Cool.
He's knocked 10 feet back.
Cool.
Now it's bloody.
Then you just hear another.
Shit.
Boom!
Another boom.
You just hear, boom.
Fuck.
I love how
Is that your turn? What do
Osmond
you
was
do?
not like at
You
all
still have
disturbed
your
by
movement.
the explosive sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
movement. Try to get
Well,
in
she's
as far as I
blind, but I
can
mean,
while
that-
avoiding
she can still hear.
the dwarf if possible.
What does that have to do with
You have 30
I
feet
don't
movement.
know.
I believe. Yes.
Osmond's-
Then you can
Okay.
get 2 within melee range of the dwarf, but no further. Because you are like you can get to the door, but you will be going into melee range of the dwarf.
In the eternal words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
It's trapped.
It's a trap. That's what we thought. And that's what Gale is now near 100% certain of at the moment.
What? Because of the fact they tried to drag you into a suspicious alleyway and shank you?
Hey, they only dragged him outside of the booth. They didn't drag him in the
Yeah.
alleyway.
I know, but
But they
that's where
were
they were headed.
going to originally.
That's where they were headed.
Yep.
And he
But
doesn't
he
know
doesn't
they
know that. That got retconned.
And well, he also didn't know they're not trying to shank him. Remember the last time we dealt with people that grappled people?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
See ya, Bryce.
It's not our Bryce. It's
Yeah, I know.
that Bryce.
I knew.
Uh,
I was with.
There's probably nothing else that I do, because there's nothing else I can do with a bonus action, I believe.
Cool.
Sorcerer.
Well then, the
Alright.
dwarf will try and
Quicken
grapple
grasp.
you. The dwarf will
That's
try and grapple
Shocking
you.
Grasp is an action.
Quicken.
Oh yeah, the door's now
I don't
unlocked.
Oh,
have...
you don't have quicken
I
spell.
don't... That's the next meta magic I'm getting, but no.
No.
I have Careful and Twin.
Door isn't
I
open yet.
forgot you don't
No.
have quicken.
It's just unlocked.
Oh no.
You don't have quicken.
And he thinks it's locked because he tried it already.
Shit.
So it'd be a grapple check of a 9. See if you beat it.
Nice.
Yeah, so you definitely beat it.
This
so you
dwarf
beat
is
it.
shite at this.
The dwarf will.
He is not used to trying to grapple fur.
So the dwarf will stay where he is.
He rocks with Tabaxis.
It's like that scene from Madagascar or whatever, where they were in the
Tabaxi,
circus
you're
and the
gonna
dude
walk
went
in
through like a
and then
fire.
also try and
that
grapple
was
you. That's a 12.
Alright. That's a 19 again.
Still
that
didn't
was
work.
almost a nat 1.
They're both just still trying to grapple you.
I feel like
Now it's Hawthorn's turn.
I feel like the Tabaxi should
I
know better.
bust out the door.
You bust out the door.
Gale, Gale.
How quickly are you running through the door? Like, how hard are you throwing?
Oh
the
no,
door
I
open?
probably slammed myself into the wall.
You probably slam yourself into the door, or what?
I open the door and I quickly like
Well, I'm
stand out.
saying
the
how quickly do you open the door? Because he's right in front of the door.
Yes.
He's like reaching to turn the door.
Pretty hard.
All right, cool.
Be a
make
dex saving throw?
Make a dex save for me. Make a dex save for me.
Oh.
Another 19. All right,
19.
plus
Cool.
3,
So
so
the
That's
door
22.
okay.
throws open,
What's called
and you
happy
just
tail,
like
where they wag their tails
you
apart.
slam
and then
backwards.
Gale.
You slam
Gale.
into the dwarf, and the dwarf
It's
like
fine.
steps backwards.
It's fine.
Shocking grasp.
Dwarf steps backwards and then falls down and like lands on his own mace. And you just hear him just be like, ah! Ah!
Sheer surprise, Gale shocking grasp.
One of the
At which
things
point
that
Oswin
Lucy
comes
can
out and
do
goes,
is you can just,
"What?
like,
Gale,
grab it, and
what
then
is
all of a
going
sudden,
on?"
gosh, there's an entire
And,
opening in my
Iron
Tabaxi-
thumb.
and then I can just like
Tabaxi,
eat it.
that is not
after,
Oswin,
even though it
goes,
doesn't taste.
"Sorry, madam. This ruffian was trying to interfere with your business, so I was trying to
I had
escort him
him-
out as per my instructions."
Are you good, Hawthorn?
I had him standing guard in case anything untoward were to happen. He heard the filing cabinet knock over.
And the dwarf is just screaming in pain, and Osmond's like, I understand that. That's not your fault. That's not something I'm mad about. Why is he crying? Like, what happened?
He heard the filing cabinet knock over. He thought it
The
was
dwarf
me
goes,
in danger.
Dude knocked me onto my own mace! Ah! And
All
continues
the things Barugur would
screaming
say
out
if
like
he was
that. He seems to have been impaled in a particularly bad way
here. Oh!
on his mace.
Oh!
Thankfully, Osmond
I'm making an
is some
assumption.
sort of cleric.
Osmond walks over
Osmond's a
and
death cleric. Surprise.
pours some
Make a
grain on him. The guy just continues screaming, doesn't do anything.
No, Osmond's not a
Sorry.
cleric.
Osmond is just like, I've done the most that I can do.
Oh, Osmond's not a cleric.
No,
Say
Osmond walks over to him, pours some grain on him, and then he starts screaming a little bit less. And
Hawthorn is
Yeah.
going to tentatively walk over and then
it looks like it stabbed him in like his kidneys, but from the
Oh.
back. Big pain. Big pain.
Only the healer.
she's
was
gonna
there.
place her hand just beside it and just try to think back to that dream for a moment and hope this works.
What is your intent?
Trying to cure wounds.
Instant
an
level
attempt
up.
to cure wounds.
Instant level up.
You're trying to cure wounds.
Yep.
Roll percentile dice for me.
Oh shit.
Roll percentile dice for me.
91.
Oh, dang it. I was hoping you rolled low so I could do some fun stuff. So 91.
91.
You feel like a mental image just forms of the eagle in your dream of Aquila taking that shape. And you just hear you audibly hear, no one else but you audibly hear a shrill caw from a raptor.
It's just
just Kuda
Kuda
screaming in the
It's
background.
from down the
Cuda.
street.
It's Kuda screaming at a new mimic. No, you hear that, and as you hear that, the noise seems to penetrate your ear and flow through your arm into the body, and the wound closes up, and the dwarf just starts freaking out and panicking a little bit because he saw you as a blood hunter, not as a cleric, and so he's like, "What just happened? What did you do? What did you do?"
I stole your blood.
I help. I think.
How?
She kind of looks to Oswald.
Husband is like, "That's not for you to know, Azriel. It's not for you to know." And Azriel's like, and starts to like protest, and Osmond is just like
Rub some dirt in it, you'll be fine.
and looks at
Some grain on it.
gives him the look of if you say another word, you're fired. Literally.
Which is surprising because she's
Cast
blind.
Flame strike on him.
Yeah, she's blind, so she's just like
Just shut up. You.
yeah, she just like looks at him and points with just like a in the sense that like she's blind, so he can't be like she's looking at me, but it's like I know where you are. Attitudes. And
I know
Osmond
where
just
you
goes,
are. I'm angry.
okay, I don't need to know. That's perfectly right, Osmond. I apologize. I am going to go home now and rest.
Hawthorn nods.
Ow.
And she kind of stands up and she's like, I'm sorry. I took measures.
Enzo, dreaming of Gale.
You would know why.
Osmond goes, I do.
Super Gale.
Thank you. Both for talking with me and for being open. It's good to see others that are similarly struggling. It's good to be on the receiving end of, or it's good to see someone else who went through the same thing. Rather than me rescuing
How did you escape?
Would they be back in the room by this point,
It's been a
or?
long time. Yeah, no, they would not be in the. It would be in the middle of the main hall. There's the dwarf has just like walked out.
She doesn't care at this point.
So, the other Tabaxi, Ashtail, which is his name by the way, Ashtail is just like walking. Has walked back to the other room where the swords and filing cabinets are, just to make sure that you didn't steal anything, and then walked back into this room as this is happening. So she says, "It's been a long time. How was it? I had a friend aboard a ship one day, and I was able to convince our pack's mother." I'm assuming that like a pack mother would be like the leader. I don't know what the name of the leader would be.
It's kind of like
What would the leader be? What would the name of the leader be?
there's like different leaders. I'll send you
One of the
details.
leaders.
Yeah.
So she says like the title of one of the leaders. So one of the leaders, I convinced them to allow me and a team of about 7 people go to the ship to retrieve some things. We got on the ship, and the captain knew to sail away. Of the other 7, there were 3 who did not agree with what we were doing. And
If you didn't hear it, there were 3 who did not agree with what we were doing. Hey, rule of 3, come on.
What do you say?
and
2.
No, it was 3.
I'm making a different joke. Star
well,
Wars reference.
ultimately, me and Ashtail and Cloverleaf and what was her name? What was the last one? Oh, that's right. That's what it was. It was the funny one, Elf. Such a funny name, Elf. It's ELV like the elves, but singular with a V instead of an F. Her parents were very odd. We were the ones who survived. Not sure if they survived or swam back ashore or what, but since that time I've been on the run. I eventually found this island, settled down here and built up this place, got some tickets to invest in and to use for various things. And these tickets are rough. Anyhow, I have set up
Did
shop
you-
here and set up rescuing other people who were like me, wanted to escape but couldn't. Get informants in
Did
there
you
and
cut through your own markings?
it was one of the three were it was not me, it was his name was Lionheart. I would do it again any day. I do not want them. But you know, sadly it was not.
Would you be willing to leave this island with me?
For how long?
Eternity.
It's undetermined. However, I'd assume we can leave whenever we want.
I could accompany you to as
Well,
far as
where-
High Ronindale.
That is where
Once
we're
we-
heading.
Once we arrive there, I should return though.
Very well.
Okay,
We leave tomorrow.
I'll be there. Can
Shit.
Ashtail come along?
Sure.
So I'm assuming Ashtail is also kind of like elderly and decrepit, considering he left with her in their original like
Oh yeah,
running away.
they are about the same age.
Yeah, did I say she was old and decrepit?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said she was elder.
blind.
She
was
was
like-
she was
she's, like,
she had graying
creaky
fur
and,
and
like-
everything.
Ah, I
I
forget
don't remember
things
that part.
real easy.
I
So
thought
yeah,
she was
Ashtail
No,
isn't.
she was kind of
Ashtail isn't
grizzled,
really like
old.
elderly and senile, but he is old. You can tell he's old, but he's like
He's like,
he's like the
old.
buff old.
He's like
Yeah,
Barracuda, right?
yeah.
He's like the
Barracuda
dad that
older.
still
He's
works
like-
out even though he's like 50.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like-
like the buff
He-
like muscle man that's
Is that-
like
He's like,
uh,
he's like
got a
Barracuda,
graying
kind of.
hair,
Oh,
graying
that
beard, and
silver
it's just like,
fox.
"Grr."
He's anime old.
Silver fox.
Oh yeah, anime old.
Silver fox with
Well,
dad
it just
bod.
means you're stronger.
He's got the
like
dad-
under
he's got
all
the dad
those
strength.
like cloaks, it's just
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
no, it's like
Ripped.
it's like the old man that like has the walker, and then all of a sudden like he stands up, is like goes from like a 4 foot like tall little man to like 6 feet tall, and his like walker turns into like a great sword.
Rapier.
Be hilarious.
Rapier. That's
No,
his,
I'm just making a
that's his
joke.
thing. Cool. So, yeah, that happens.
Eventually, after talking with Oswald a little more, probably Hawthorn and Gale go back.
Yeah, I would probably apologize to Ash. I've already forgotten the second half of that name. Ashtail.
Oh, it's no problem. No problem at all.
Sorry for electrocuting you, buddy.
Or it would have been like
No, it's blasting him with
Yeah.
pure sound.
Sorry for the
So how do you
subwoofer.
phrase the apology?
Sorry for bass boosting you.
sorry for blasting you.
It's no problem. It's all in the day's work.
I wouldn't have
I've been
taken that
through
that
worse.
kindly.
I've been through worse. It was all a misunderstanding anyhow. I could have taken you.
I could have taken you.
Twin shocking. Oh, actually, no. Twin gap's not useful in 1v1, but if Gale had quicken spell, that's not a fight that he could take.
You think? You don't know what this guy got?
Oh, I'm just saying, there's not.
Yeah, I also don't know how much because
True.
like I blooded him after 2 hits, but there was also two attacks that were successful, and he also didn't try to attack me at all. So
True, but
He just grappled you.
But
and that was about it.
when you're straight up multi-attacking with spells, like if you could quicken spell, you could shocking grasp, thunder wave, shocking grasp, thunder wave,
That's ridiculous.
and he can also do second level thunder waves, which do a lot more damage. So yeah, it's even though you're a melee sorcerer, your damage output can get crazy.
Alright, I'm assuming we sneak them on, probably.
Why would you have to sneak them on?
Yeah, you don't have to sneak them on. They just show up at the ship, and the captain
the
like
captain
starts
doesn't
loading up
care.
the ship, and then Pinky's like, "Who are they?
They're coming with us.
Who are they?
Friends of mine.
Is that the?
You have friends?"
I assume we're here by now, right? Like the rest of the
What do you
party.
think?
Yeah.
We're like all
Like
loading up.
Yeah.
Verger hears that and he just
Choose
like
your
goes
words
to the ground
wisely.
choosing my words wisely is not something that
Pyro.
I care about, especially against you. So like,
Pyro, just so you're aware, Barracuda's
you're a
currently
grumpy,
on the ground.
like mean
laughing.
cat. I didn't expect you to have people that like actually would want to be with you.
Mean cat.
Other
Barracuda's
than like these guys, but he's an arsehole. He's another cat.
burb.
Burb.
Barracuda's rolling, and he actually
Blood curse of the eyeless
And
on
then,
him.
and then she's cursed. So
I blood
like,
curse of the eyeless
makes
him
sense.
so he can't see me as I walk away.
Barracuda's laughing really hard. He goes up to Pinky and he's like, "You just went up 2 spots in my book. You just got an
Dang.
arsehole. But damn, that I enjoyed that." And he says,
Anytime.
he yells at Hawthorn, "I'm glad you met people that actually like you." And then I throw you towards Embrace.
What's this?
It'll stop you from dying as much. You seem to need it.
in her head.
Answer her head. No, because she doesn't attune to it.
Yeah.
You only get
It's
the
not
ants if you
attuned?
attune.
It's not, yeah.
Oh dang, I forgot to.
Oh wait,
It's
isn't
Or yeah,
it's,
you
it's
said
a
you
not
didn't want it to
attune.
be.
It's a non-attunement, because I made it.
You said you didn't want it to be.
Yeah, I said when I was crafting it, that was part of the reason it took so long to
They just
make.
walked out with a bag of apples and a bundle of roses. What the fuck?
He did or she did?
Both of them.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one was carrying one of the things.
They were each carrying the other, but also.
Bet that was Caleb and Lizzie.
And it
Yeah,
was
so it's a
green.
non-attunement, which
Yeah. Great as good.
noise.
Not too much. Cool.
So
Alright.
Favorite thing is colorblind people finding out that they're colorblind and they're like, oh, I just thought apples were like a roulette. Like you just pick one and you're like, is this going to be sour or sweet today?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, is
yeah,
that the end
so
of that?
Barracuda had a
Alright.
laughing fit
Feeling?
because of that, and then I
That's
guess
the end of the RP.
Alright,
And
I'll
then-
go and
Alright.
save this. I'll go and stop this recording here, and we can
Yay.
begin session 8.
Hey!
I guess then we fast
Hey.
forward to.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I guess we fast forward to Henrietta decided to take a nap while we all
Ate skeletons.
caught
Oh yeah.
Or eight zombies.
Yeah,
We just rolled that as you
yeah,
had a-
I have yet to upload
had a
that to
fever.
YouTube, by the
Okay.
way. But yeah.
Yeah, or like what did we say? She got seasick or something?
She failed her con save.
Yeah.
Just something. Alright.
It's like,
Even though
Throw your leg over the side of the bed. You'll be fine.
Alright, that's that.